Chapter 8, Mishnah 5. The ceremony of Havdalah, which is performed at the end of Shabbat, includes a blessing on wine, a blessing on flame, a blessing on fragrant spices, besamim, and the blessing of Havdalah itself, in which we thank God for separating between the holy day of Shabbat and the ordinary days of the week. This is followed by drinking the wine. If someone finishes the last Shabbat meal after dark and wants to recite Birkat Hamazon over a cup of wine, which is the best way to do the mitzvah, the halacha is that if he has enough wine for 2 cups, he uses 1 cup for Birkat Hamazon and he uses the other for Havdalah. Our Mishnah refers to someone who has enough wine for only 1 cup, in which case Havdalah and Birkat Hamazon must be performed jointly. It cites a dispute about the order in which the blessing should be recited. We now turn to the words of the Mishnah. Beit Shammai say, we recite the blessing on the flame, then Birkat Hamazon, then the blessing on the fragrant spices, then the blessing of Havdalah. But Beit Hillel say, we recite the blessing on the flame, then the blessing on the fragrant spices, then Birkat Hamazon, and then the blessing of Havdalah. Beit Shammai and Beit Hillel agree that we begin with the blessing of the flame and end with the blessing of Havdalah. The question is the order of the other 2 blessings, Birkat Hamazon and the blessing on the spices. According to Beit Shammai, since the obligation of Birkat Hamazon took effect as soon as the meal ended, and we are not required to say the blessing on the spices until we are about to smell them, we say Birkat Hamazon first. According to Beit Hillel, however, there should be no interruption between the blessing on the flame and the blessing on the spices. Therefore, the blessing on the spices is said before Birkat Hamazon, so that it immediately follows the blessing on the flame. Beit Shammai and Beit Hillel also disagree about the text of the blessing recited on the flame. Beit Shammai say, the blessing states, "Blessed are you who created the illumination of fire." But Beit Hillel say, the blessing states, "Blessed are you who creates the illuminations of fire." According to Beit Shammai, we say created past tense because the blessing refers to the creation of fire, which took place in the past, after the very first Shabbat. And we use the singular form illumination because a flame provides only one light. According to Beit Hillel, though, it is not necessary to say created because the form of the Hebrew word boreh can also refer to the past, and we use the plural form illuminations because several colors such as red, white, and blue-green can be seen in a flame.